Hi once again everyone, and welcome to another University of Houston Alumni Association video presentation. I'm Tom Franklin, and today my guest is the chairman of the board of directors of the Houston Alumni Association, Judge Reece Rondon. Reece, congratulations and welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
All right, let's go to the beginning. Who is Reece Rondon?
That's a great question. I ask myself that often. Well, I am a first-generation American. My parents are from South America, and they came to the United States in the mid-1960s, where they actually met. And a few years later, in 1970, I was born in New York City. Don't let that get out too far.
New York City?
Yeah, believe it or not. But I came down here when I was 7 years old to Houston, and so I consider myself a Houstonian. I don't remember New York as far as living there very much. This is home for me.
So you're one of those people who I see on the bumper stickers was, I wasn't born in Texas, but I got here as fast as I could?
Absolutely, that's exactly right. So we came down here in 1977 when Houston was kind of starting to expand and grow and really become a presence in the country. And my father came to work, of all places, the original NEFAS on navigation.
Okay.
It just started a few years before, and he was one of the waiters there, and he still is a waiter there. Some 33 years later, he's still working at NEFAS on navigation.
Probably not.
And my mom became a housekeeper and a nanny here in town for a family for a long time. And Houston, not because of any family connections, not because of any name or anything like that. Houston certainly didn't owe me anything in that regard, but it was a really open and welcoming city that would allow, a son of immigrants to come here and to become a part of the community. And I think that Houston, the city, and kind of ties in also to the university, I think, in a lot of ways, but Houston is a town that lets people come, and regardless of where they've come from, regardless of who they are, what name they have, if you have ability and if you work hard and you're willing to show that, and there's a lot of opportunities for you here. So I fell in love with this town, and as a result, I didn't want to leave here. So I went to high school here in Houston, in Alief, and went on to the University of Houston for college.
Was that an easy choice to pick U of H?
It was, and it's funny because U of H is so much more than its athletic programs. But when we came in 1977, the football team was doing really well, the basketball team was doing really well, and that was kind of my first exposure to the university was watching the Bill Yeoman show, on the weekends. And I said, well, I'm in Houston. I'm from Houston. I guess I'll root for Houston. So while my friends, other people had, rooting interest for other universities in this state that'll go unnamed, I just never did. I always rooted for U of H from the time I was 7 years old for no reason other than that was the team in town.
Okay. So you came here to the University of Houston, and what did you major in?
I majored in accounting. I was part of the honors. Back then it was called the honors program, then became the honors college. So through the honors college and the business school, I got my accounting degree in 1992, and took the summer off right after graduation, but came right back in the fall of 92 to start law school here at the University of Houston.
What made you go from accounting to law?
It was kind of a family connection. The family that my mom worked for, they suggested when I was early in high school that if I got my accounting degree, they were accountants, that if I got my accounting degree and I got my law degree, they suggested I'd be able to write my own ticket. And I really didn't know what that meant, but it sounded like something that people want to be able to do. So just on their advice, because my parents were, blue-collar folks, didn't really have any exposure to the professional world. But through the advice of those kind of mentors, and we're still very close today, through the advice of those mentors, they suggested that accounting might be a good fit for me, and then to take law school direction right after that. So that's what I did.
Undergraduate work. Any influences, any professors along the way who made an impact on you?
The undergraduate years, the classes, can be big, and
Right.
There's a lot of different classes. I had a couple of professors in the business school who really impressed me a lot, who I enjoyed. And I can't say that one stands out more than the other. I just really enjoyed just the education that I got here.
All right, and then law school. Anybody there?
Yeah, there's a couple of professors that I took as many chances as I had. The faculty at the law school was smaller than at the business school, so you repeat professors a lot more. But the two professors I think at the law school that I enjoyed the most were Professor Ragazzo, who taught me federal civil procedure and mergers and acquisitions and business organizations, and then also Professor Mixon, who's been he's been at the law school for almost forever. I mean, from almost the beginning of its time. You know, he was graduated as a student, went off to get a graduate degree, and then came back and has been teaching there for goodness, maybe over 50 years now. In any case, he taught me property and real estate finance, and they were just great teachers. And even though everything I learned from them or the classes I took don't necessarily apply to the job I do today on a daily basis, they just had a real profound impact on me as far as their teaching ways and it instilling in me a desire to learn.
Any specific events in the classroom or in your university experience when you were a student that stand out in your mind?
Yeah, you know, it's funny, and I don't know if you're alluding to it or not, but in October of 1991, I threw my hat in the ring through the homecoming committee to be homecoming king. And I was blessed that the committee that did the selection process through the interviews and the applications decided that they would have me to be their homecoming king in 1991. So it was an honor that I was so happy to receive. I was very proud of it. It kind of validated all the work I had done, either through my fraternity or through the Greek Council or through the Student Association or through other endeavors at the university. It kind of validated my my involvement with the university. Although being 40 years old now and being, I guess, 19 years removed from it, it is for my friends, it's a source of teasing, which is fine.
Really?
Oh,
I can't imagine.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like
exactly.
That. All right, so having been in Houston for over 30 years and having a love affair with the university, can you believe the changes that have gone on in that amount of time?
This place is amazing, and it's, you know, whenever you're introduced to a person or to an institution or to a situation, that moment, at least with me, it's the case that at that moment that you're introduced to it, my mindset is it's static. That's the way it's always been, and that's the way it'll always be. And then when you learn that it wasn't always like that, it grew to that point, that's kind of an eye-opening experience in some ways. But at the same point, I never thought that, you know, seeing the pictures of campus, you know, in 1940 and 1950 are interesting to see how they looked when I arrived on campus in 1988, the changes, and you could see the old aspects mixed in with the new. I never thought that it would grow like this. I mean, in my mind, it would always be static like that, and thankfully it hasn't been. This place looks amazing.
What about the leadership that's in place at the university today? What do you think?
You know, we have a great confluence of events here. It seems that we've had great university administration in the past. We've had great athletic leadership in the past. We've had great leadership at the Alumni Association in the past. We've had great faculty in the past. But there have been times where, you know, those four legs have, if you want to call them four legs, those four legs, some legs have been stronger, longer than others at times. And then, you know, ebb and flow in a lot of those different ways. But it seems that right now, and for the lovers of the university, it's been maybe a long time coming, but it seems that right now we have all four legs so strong and vital right now. And I think the university is really on a good foundation as far as the people who are in charge of the various aspects of the university. I think it's in great hands, and for somebody who loves the university as much as I do, it's just wonderful to see.
As chairman of the board of the Alumni Association, what role does an Alumni Association play in the big picture of the University of Houston?
Well, I think that our role, as we define our mission statement, is to serve the university and its alumni and its students. And that is a very broad mission statement on purpose, because we can offer different things to different groups. I don't know that there is a very bright line definition of what we're going to do in every situation, but right now, with Tier 1, we can mobilize the membership, and we have ways of communicating, mass communications, that the university has access to as well, but we can put our own spin on it, or we can put our own perspective on it, and we can reach out to the alumni, I think, in a unique way that other aspects of the university can't. So with Tier 1, I think we can be, and have been, a great tool for the university in that regard. We have the ability to mobilize members for legislative advocacy. If the university needs us in a legislative advocate role to help with certain legislation that might directly affect the university, I think we can play a role in that. Certainly the athletic department most of the people that are in that stadium are people who have gone to school here, graduated from here, etc. I think we can be an additional way that the athletic department can reach out to the community with the hundreds of thousands of alumni that we have locally. We can serve the members individually, the alumni individually, with networking opportunities, social programs. We have business initiatives for them. When I say that, I mean with credit card programs or insurance programs, now or soon retail electric programs. There's a lot of different ways that alumni members can get certain personal benefits to them other than seeing the university prosper and grow.
Alumni membership is ranging in the 12 to 15% range. How does that strike you?
I wish it were higher, but it's a number that when you look at 3 or 4 or 5, 20 years ago, it's a number that's in better shape than it has been in the past. I think there's clearly a lot of room for improvement. We, for better or worse, compare ourselves on certain metrics to other universities in town, or rather, in town and also in this state. And the numbers at other universities in this state are higher than ours, but none of them approach, 80, 90%. I mean, I think that's an unrealistic number for University of Houston Alumni Association membership. It'd be wonderful if it could happen, but I think there's definitely some low-hanging fruit that we can get other members, new members to come in and get people to renew their memberships. Part of that's incumbent on us, not just to reach out to them, but also to make sure that the people who join know what they're buying and know what benefits they're getting with their membership. But there is clearly an aspect of it that is just devotion and love of school and affinity for your university, and doing something that, in the grand scheme of things, will provide scholarship funds or other programming dollars for the university or for other alumni events. And some of it is just to put that sticker on the back of your car and give us some more advertising for the university and the association.
And part of it is if the university was good to you, it's an easy way to be good to the university back and pay back just a little bit.
That's right.
So if you had a message for somebody out there who isn't a member of the Alumni Association yet, what would you tell them?
Well, I guess I would tell you that this university is doing great things. I think it's evidence in the classroom. I think it's evidence in the way it's perceived by the state, and I think it's evident on the athletic in the athletic arena. As I mentioned to the folks in LA when we were out there for the alumni tailgate, our university, its institutions, its academics, its alumni, its athletic programs, and its history doesn't need to take a back seat to anybody in this state or anywhere, really. We are the University of Houston. We have reason to be proud for being the University of Houston and its alumni.
So there you have it from our chairman of the board, Judge Reece Rondon. One way to get involved with your university is to join the Alumni Association. If you're not already a member, we have a variety of plans available for you. If you're a recent grad, a longtime grad, faculty and staff members, we can accommodate everybody. Just go to our website, www.houstonalumni.com, and you can find out all the information and all the benefits that go with University of Houston Alumni Association membership. And if you're already a member, you might want to consider upgrading to life member status. You can find out all the information by going to our website, www.houstonalumni.com. For Judge Reece Rondon, I'm Tom Franklin. We'll see you next time on our University of Houston Alumni Association video presentations.